Hi Johnny, I've recorded this bass track. I thought you might like to put a piano track on it. Send it off to Anne, and then we can do one of those lockdown videos.
Are you there?
I'm here, yes. Hello.
Hello.
Have we actually got a show? A real show? How exciting. Just going to take my glasses. Wrong key. Oh, the shark has pretty teeth, dear, and he shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has my Keith, dear, and he keeps it out of sight. On the sidewalk, Sunday morning, lies a body oozing life. A rough sleeper in the doorway. Was that someone? Mac the knife. Oh, the shark has pretty teeth, dear. He's a banker in a suit. Fancy gloves, though, has Mac Heath, dear. He escaped with all the loot. Oh, but Corbin, loony lefty, best with Boris. He's a clown. Oh, the line forms on the right, dear. Now that Mackie's back in town. Oh, the shark has pretty teeth, dear. He's a Russian with a yacht. Fancy gloves, though, has Macheath, dear. He escaped and took the lot. Pretty, trusty Lindsay, coffee Teresa, and Nadine. Oh, the line forms on the right, dear. Now we know what might have been. Oh, the line forms on the right, dear. Now we know what might have been. Our revolution now is underway. As yet there is no guillotine employed. The populace is scared and stays away from aspects of a human life destroyed. An egoistic pride in arrogance. Our leaders fail to see, to understand the consequence of deadly nonchalance. And now we all are fighting hand to hand. The combat is minute, but it and it isn't. But, you know, I'm still wearing the mask occasionally, and I am going out to the theatre at last, thank goodness. I'm normally the only masked person there, but I am a singer. But how's everybody getting on with, you know, no regulations, and we're free, Freedom Day has come and gone. Just remember how simple it was back in those days of lockdown, which I spent in W3. All we had to think about was the next meal, or the next cake we were going to bake, or the next loaf of bread, after we'd fought our way through the supermarket hordes, trying to find flour. A dreadful thing happened to me at the beginning of lockdown. I had a house full of people, and I was cooking all the time. The dishwasher went on the blink, so I had no dishwasher. And I wrote a song about it. A love song. Grey burnished silky steel, you look so smart. So modern and effective, standing tall. And who could know that something broke your heart? Your all-important motor source of all. Your cleansing flowers, noisy splash and splash. It's silent now and mangled when he's left. Two chafing hands we often have to wash. Your empty racks of dishes now bereft. And thus we travel back to bygone times, when manual labour formed a woman's work. Exhausted housewives scrubbed and cleaned and washed. Their tasks around the house they could not shirk. And as the hands for now acceptancy, no temporary loss of liberty. Seriously though, it was a terrible time for all of us. A very, very strange time, which none of us had any idea how we were going to get through. And do you remember when the theatres closed? That was the thing, of course, which disturbed me intensely. It was like a sort of a kick in the pit of the stomach. All the theatres in Europe were going dark, one by one. And in London, you know, things were going on. And then suddenly, I remember it was a Thursday, and they all closed. And I was in such shock, I could hardly speak, and I certainly couldn't sing. And I thought, this is the end of life as we knew it. I'm very lucky in W3. I do have a nice house and a garden. And I have a little bird cage in my garden. I used to sit in my kitchen at this table and just stare at my bird cage. The empty cage, which no bird ever held. I watch in sunlit garden, near my cage, doth hang from tree, with blossoms now unfurled. Remembering past times, a former age. trip to ancient Carthage by the sea. With Dido's sad laments. Its strains resound from birdcage pearly white. My memory I do not wish to sing, it seems to say, while all round strange plague doth creep and lurk. When ravaged Carthage fell, the flames did flay the backs of tragic citizens at work. My lesson for today shall silence me. My empty cage, my future, liberty. No more flamenco classes at the place. No escape from W3. Luckily, I have my castanets to practice. Sitting at the table, looking at my bird cage, out into the garden, tea, my castanets. My castanets, they have Some exciting things were going on, though, outside our little locked-down world, with certain people, who shall remain nameless. V-Day arrived, and we were allowed to have little parties, and we had a lovely party in W3 with the neighbours on either side, and I made cake. We ate lots of cake, and we celebrated. So we were told, but we were fighting a war, and people were dying. Our relatives and our friends, we couldn't say goodbye, and lots of people made a lot of money out of PPE. Now that isn't philosophy, politics and economics, although it could be described like that, couldn't it? Protective equipment. lockdown. And Brexit got done. Boris did it, but we're not supposed to talk about that, so I'm not going to. Then we had more excitement. Trump's coup at the White House, just before Joe Biden's inauguration. That was exciting. I watched it all on my phone. Inauguration day is drawing nigh. A final man assumes the reins of power. Divided nation watches feelings high. Nessun dorma, the wolves may yet devour. They skulk in filth, spite behind closed doors of White House symbol of the people's choice. On forces limited, on Capitol's floors, an insurrection quelled by powerful voice. It wasn't meant to be this way today. But treachery was revealed and showed its teeth. The last 4 years have filled us with dismay. Prestige was plummeting to depths beneath. Joe Biden, you have no black dog's despair. And walk into the devil's former lair. We were desperate to go somewhere, weren't we, in those days? Dreaming of holidays and getting on a plane, never mind a train, which of course we couldn't do. We weren't allowed to do that, were we? I was fantasising about beaches and sunshine, beautiful weather, and cocktails. Paul, where should we go?
Search me, Ann.
I know. There is no whiskey in this town. There is no bar to sit us down. Where is the telephone? Is here no telephone?
Oh, sir, God damn me, no.
Let's go to Benares, where the sun is shining. Let's go There is no money in this land. There is no one with whom to shake hands. Where is the telephone? Is here no telephone?
Oh, sir, God damn me, no.
Let's go didn't go anywhere, did they? Or if they did, it was all too late. They told me God was dead, and you a false mirage. A plaster statue placed in grotto, dark and dank. Theatrical device of church. The honest then arose without a thought. Sing hymns, a prayer dirge. Here plagues within our midst, the sick await triage. Beseeching eyes be turned, exhausted how they sang. All hope on nurses tired, on doctors now we bang. Only 3 weeks into lockdown's fatal surge, cruciam lacrimas aiuna relevans. Tristis et afflicta, can't we just let it be? Speaking words of wisdom, shine bright star of the sea. We were fighting a war, weren't we? Well, that's what everybody said. And it was a war. A psychological war. My father was in the war, World War II, everyone talked about. 21, 1944, on the D-Day beaches, a lieutenant. He was a wonderful person, and he died just before the pandemic hit us. And I'm very glad he went when he did. He was a great dancer and very good singer. He had a lovely baritone voice, and I thought about him a lot in W3. When I wasn't talking to my friend Brecht, Bert, and Anna, of course. So I wrote a little sonnet for him. It's called Tango Dance. They look so happy in that close embrace, and cross a crowded dance floor cheek to cheek. A concentrated look upon each face. The music plays so they don't have to speak. A sight which brought such joy into my heart. They are my parents' youthful fools. poems. Yesterday was Shakespeare's birthday. I hope you all celebrated it, because we did here with a little sonnet which I wrote for Will. How presumptuous of me. Paul's written a lovely jazz song to the lyrics. If there's a soundtrack to a life of words, it has to be constructed from the blood. The immensity of scope from slaves to lords, their indescribable human nature scarred. England's national poet, world renowned, although he never travelled from its shores, we know so little of the man around. The details of his lifeblood facts abound. If he were here today, how would it be? With social media's all-pervasive light, like Saratoga across a stormy sea, dissection of a traitor, mankind's spy. When all is said and done, we're left with plays which mirror all our follies and our maids. Take it away, Jonny Liebeck, on the piano. Maestro, Paul Moylan, composer, ex-Liebeck, bass virtuoso, ukulele virtuoso. When all is said and done, we're left with plays which mirror all our follies and our maids. So here we are out of lockdown, and I think we've gone beyond fascism, we've gone beyond communism, we're certainly in the middle of cakeism, and I think we're seeing the stirrings of real barbarism. I wrote this sonnet in honour of everyone who is dying in senseless, stupid wars. We're all caught up in this, the devil's dilemma. When all is black or white or red or blue, it's easy to wage war from deep within, to stare So here we are. I think I'm going to let Brecht have the final word. To those of you who do not believe the world is on fire, I have nothing to say. You gentlemen can watch as I'm scrubbing these floors, and I'm scrubbing these floors while you're walking. And maybe you tip me and it makes you feel swell in this crummy southern town, in this crummy old hotel. But you'll never guess to who you're talking. No, you'll never guess to who you're talking. Then in the night, there's a scream in the night, and you wonder who could that have been? When you see me kind of grinning as I'm scrubbing, and you say, why she got to grin? I'll tell you. There's a sheep, a black freighter, with a skull on its masthead, and it's coming in. You gentlemen can say, hey girl, finish them floors. Get upstairs, what's wrong with you? And you keep here. You toss me your tips and look out at the ships, and I'm counting your heads as I'm making the beds. 'Cause tonight nobody's gonna sleep here. No, tonight nobody's gonna sleep here. Then in the night, there's a scream in the night, and you wonder who's that kicking up their brow. And you see me staring out at the window, and you'll say, what's she got to stare at now? There's a sheep, a black freighter, with 15 cannons pointing from its bow. You gentlemen can say, hey girl, finish them beds, because this building in town is a flat one. The whole freaking place burned down to the ground, only this old hotel standing up safe and sound. And you say, why do they spare that one? And you'll say, why do they spare that one? All through the night, through the noise of the din, you wonder who's that living up there. Then you see me stepping out in the morning, looking nice with a ribbon in my hair. And the sheep, the black freighter, runs a flag up its masthead, and a cheer rings the air. At noontime the dock is a-swarming with men, coming out of the ghostly freighter. They move in the shadows where no one can see, and they're chaining up people and they're bringing them to me, asking me, kill 'em now or later. Asking me, kill 'em now or later. Noon by the clock, and so still at the dock, you can hear a foghorn miles away. And in the quiet of death, I'll say, kill 'em all! And they'll pile up the bodies, and I'll say, that'll learn you.